what's up, everybody? It's your fearless girls leader, Dr. T. Why don't you do me a favor and tag somebody, tell somebody, share it on your timeline. Let everybody know that they need to tune in. Shout out to those who are watching the rebroadcast. Even though you may not be live with us, you'll still enjoy the nugget tonight. And so thank you so much for watching it. And I want you to tag somebody. I want you to tell somebody. I want you to share it on your timeline. But while you're doing that, can you do me a favor and make sure that you click the subscribe button, hit the bell, hit the thumbs up, like the video. If you're on YouTube, do me a favor, like, follow, subscribe. You all know how we do it. If you are on the book, you know how to do it. Like and follow, like and follow, like and follow. So you got to like the page, and then you got to follow it so that you can keep up with all things FG. Yes. So just checking y'all out, seeing what we got going on. It's good to have you all on. It just seems like it has been forever or since I've been on with you all. It just seems like it's been such a long time, but it's all good. And you all see that, I don't have my face all made up today. It's Good Friday. We're going to talk about that a little bit. But I'm in a really relaxed mode today. I say I'm in a relaxed mode, but I've been working. I've been doing a lot of work today. And so it's good work. It's been great work. And I'll share some of it with you all. But I definitely want you to tag some people. Let some people know that they need to tune in for the nugget. I think they will enjoy today's nugget. And many of you know that our theme for 2024 is intentionality. Put intentional in the timeline. Put intentional in the timeline. While you're doing that, I'll just kind of talk about a couple of things. Thank you. I appreciate it. I still feel like I'm cute. If I didn't think I was cute, y'all know, of course you all know that I definitely I wouldn't come on without makeup if I didn't think I was looking cute. So just know that that's my perspective about the whole thing. But I appreciate it. But yes, we're being intentional. But while we're doing that, I kind of want to talk about a couple of things. I've had some great women on with you all this month during Women's History Month. Shout out to them. Shout out to them. I wanted to give them like a hand clap or something. So yeah, because they were good. They were so good. Let's see. Can I better not fool with it. But just know I would have given them a hand clap. I'd have definitely given them a hand clap. But they have been, thank you for putting those hand claps in there for me. They've been great, though. They were great this month, and I thought it was great to have them on, especially with it being Women's History Month. And so, this year's theme is women who advocate for diversity, equity, and inclusion. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. And with that, I just think it's a great theme. I think 2024, this was a great theme for 2024. You all know, yeah, I appreciate it. I think they were a 10 as well. But I just really like the idea of women who advocate for diversity, equity, and inclusion. And one of the reasons that is so near and dear to my heart is because it's something that I'm passionate about. Not only am I passionate about it, but I also know that it is in total lockstep with who we are and our mission here at Fearless Girls. And so, when we talk about diversity, when we talk about equity, when we talk about inclusion, I believe that we have a very healthy perspective about all of them in their totality. So, when we think about it, what should diversity look like? And when I think about diversity, I think variety is a good thing. Variety is okay. And this is the thing. Variety is okay, void of competition. It should be void. Variety should be void of competition. So what I'm saying is you being different shouldn't be a threat to me. It should make me better. So when we talk about the idea of diversity, if we have the right idea about diversity, we'll never be in competition with those who are different from us. And then when I think about equity, we talk about equity ad nauseum. And one of the reasons we do is because I think that's one of the main pieces that people mess up. I think we get the wrong idea and the wrong thought process. We have the wrong thought process oftentimes about the whole idea of what equity is. Because equity doesn't mean that, excuse me, equity doesn't mean that everything is going to be exactly the same. When we talk about equity, the equality that we're looking for, especially when we talk about this whole whole thing about women's history, is we're talking about being fair and being treated impartially. I don't want impartiality. I want to be treated fairly. Now, that doesn't always mean equal, because I want equality on the job, but I don't get the same. But I'm not treated the same as whoever is my supervisor. Just like if I have people that I supervise, they're not treated the same as me, but they're treated fairly, and that's where this piece I think gets really muddy. So when we talk about the idea of equity, I don't need to be treated like a man. I just need to be treated with respect, and I need to be treated fairly. And that's why y'all know this is not our nugget. This is not our nugget. But I love this. And today is, the last time in the month of March for 2024 that we'll have to talk about it. And so I needed to kind of talk about it. So, what does diversity look like? What does equity look like? What is inclusion? What does it look like? And, when we talk about the idea of inclusion, we clearly know that we don't want to be treated like we're afterthoughts. I don't want to be treated secondary. Now, get this. I am a firm believer. I'm a Jesus lover. I'm a firm believer in the scriptures. I'm a firm believer in the Bible. And so in that, me being a firm believer in the Bible and me being submissive to my husband does not take away my inclusion. So I'm not an afterthought. I'm not secondary. My input and my voice matters. And so I think, we get the whole submissive thing and the idea of inclusion all jacked up as well. And so that's just kind of my thoughts on the whole idea of Women's History Month and us having that theme for 2024, women who advocate for diversity, equity, and inclusion. So that's my thoughts on that. I welcome your thoughts. Yeah, so I see you all are kind of saying some things there, and that's good. I want you all. I hope that was kind of clear, and my thoughts on it were clear. I just am a firm believer that we should be advocates of it. You all know with Fearless Girls, we are a firm believer that there should be some equity. We should be treated fairly. Our voice matters, and I want to be treated fairly in my wages. I want to be treated fairly in the workplace. I want to be treated fairly worldwide. I don't want to be treated differently. If I'm doing the same job, I don't want to get less money. I don't want to be treated differently as a woman in the workplace. If we're doing that same job. So you got me doing the same thing in the workplace, give me the same wages in the workplace. And then, because I travel the world and I've seen how women are treated, and it's amazing how women are treated very, very different, and so we still just have a lot of work to do in that area. All right. Now with that, today's nugget is intentional winning. Somebody put intentional winning in the timeline. Today's nugget is intentional winning. Yes, it is. So, when I think about that, I was thinking about, today being Good Friday. And by the way, if you follow anything Heritage, I am one of the senior pastors of Heritage Christian Center. Shameless plug right here. But if you follow Heritage Christian Center, if you did not, hear the Good Friday message today at noon, you missed an incredible treat. So it's Good Friday, and here's one of the thoughts I had as I was kind of, prayerfully reflecting on the idea of today being Good Friday. How does a terrible Friday turn good? How does such a terrible Friday turn good? And let me explain that, because it kind of sounds yes, it was amazing, wasn't it? It was amazing. But how does a terrible Friday turn good? Because the terrible idea and the terrible reality of the crucifixion of Jesus was actually the best thing to happen for mankind. So such a terrible Friday turned into the best Friday of our life. And so when we look at it, yeah, it was. I'm looking at you all saying it was a great Good Friday message. It really was. Dr. James did a great job. But that just think about that. We had a really, really terrible Friday. Jesus had a really, really, really terrible Friday. But boy, that was a good Friday for us. So that's where I want to go up with us talking for just a few minutes about the idea of intentional winning. And with that, my thoughts with that is, how can you turn the bad things that you've experienced into something good? So that's kind of when we talk about intentional winning. You may be accustomed to losing, but beloved, you were born to win. Somebody put in the timeline, I was born to win. I want you to believe that you are born to win. You, yes, you. Yes, I'm talking about you. Yes, you. You are born to win. You can be a winner. But when we talk about this, how do you turn those things that have been so negative, into something good? And I believe we have great examples of it. Many parents who have dealt with tragedies with their children find productivity and purpose in a cause that fuels them after, such a tragic situation with their child. Something that was so terrible, it can actually be fueled for something good. And it's something I was watching. I was watching this show on TV about the kids that ate hamburgers at the Jack in the Box in Seattle, Washington, and I think 6 of those children ended up passing away from E. coli. And so I know that some of those parents have taken on causes in the food industry that are changing the food industry. But here's the thing, that situation changed the food industry and the way ground beef is consumed. And so, one of the things, and this I hope this doesn't like totally gross you all out. I'm going to digress a little bit, and then I got to go a little bit faster. But when you think about ground beef, so when you think about having a steak, that steak is from one particular animal. But when you think about ground beef is ground from all kinds of stuff. So it can be from a multitude of animals. And that was how E. coli was really so prevalent in the ground beef industry. Well, this situation that happened in Seattle really changed. They had the rules basically were changed as a result of that. And so something that's really bad, we can work and use it for something that is really good in the future. It may not change what happened. It will not change what happened in the past, but you can certainly use it to make sure that you have a better future. Some people, who are injured in accidents find ways to turn that catastrophe into a calling. So you can learn how to intentionally win, even if things have been bad for you. So I'm loving seeing you all saying that I was born to win, and you were born to win. I've seen people, let me go and take it a step further. I've seen people use the lapses in their judgment or their poor behavior or even criminal activity and turn it into mentorship moments so others don't walk down the same paths that they walk down. And so when we look at this, when we consider this, what are those things in your life that you need to turn into an intentional win? because you can turn them into intentional wins. You know, there were just several things in my life that as I was growing up, I said would never happen when I became an adult. You know, and so what I have done is I have turned those things that I had frustrations with as a child into intentional wins for myself personally. And so, you know, I simply ask you in our nugget tonight, when as we talk about intentional winning, what can you do to fuel your future from the frustrations that you have experienced? Because there are things that you can do. What are you going to do? What can you do? What will you do? So I want you to turn your irritations into inspiration. I want you to turn them into a win. What can you do to somebody put in the timeline, I'm turning them into a win. You can look at your past and those things that have caused trauma in your life. You can take those traumas, you can take those tragedies, and you can turn it into something terrific. Yes, you can. And they don't have to be in your life forever. And many of you know, if you went with me on the Fearless Girls Getaway when we dealt with PTSD, trauma ain't normal. It's not normal. Trauma is not normal, but we have normalized trauma. We normalize trauma through TV. And so I want you to take those things that have been an irritation, take those things that have been injuries, and turn those things into inspiration so that you can turn them into some wins. I want you to use your experiences to create something that's truly exceptional. And so that's kind of the nugget that I want you to get from us talking about intentional winning. Take those hazards, take those helplessness, and create hope for your future. You can do it. And this is the thing. You don't have to overcompensate where something hurt you so bad that now you overcompensate and have complete meltdowns if there's triggers in your life. You know, now we're using these buzzwords like triggers and, you know, all of these things. Now, I am very happy. Let me make this clear. I am very happy that we are no longer hiding mental issues. I'm very happy about that because, you know, especially in the Black community, you know, it was passé to talk about if you had a mental issue, you know, and you were Black. You know, Black people didn't go to therapy and Black people didn't get help for their issues. And Black people didn't talk about their issues. Yep, I'm using that on purpose. Why? Because I'm glad that we can now talk about it. But what I don't want us to do is to use anything like it as a crutch to stay broken. You can win, and you can win with the hand that you have been dealt. And so I want you to take those hazards. I want you to take those helpless issues and those harmful things, and I want you to create a hope for your future. I want you to become intentional about winning. You need to be intentional about winning. Can you be intentional about winning? And that way you're not so focused on the negative. Can you do that for yourself? And so I want you to be able to see your life differently. Come on, somebody put in the timeline, I'll see myself different. I want you to see yourself different, and I want you to see your life different. See life differently for yourself. Do it. I listen, I dare you. I dare you to believe that you can win. But I want you to see things different. So here's where I'll kind of wrap up with this. I want you to see yourself as exceptional. Somebody put in the timeline, I am exceptional. I am exceptional. I want you to see yourself different. And then I want you to know that you can make life exciting. You make life exciting. Create your own weather. You know, if you want to be sad, you're going to always take your umbrella with you because you're going to always feel like it's raining. But I want you to see see life as exciting. So you are exceptional. Make life exciting and always expect excellence. Don't settle for mediocrity. Don't settle for mediocrity. Just don't do it. You gotta listen. Okay. I was getting a little excited. I need you to always expect excellence. In your mind, if it is not excellent, you should expect better and you should strive for better. That is something that we should do. So you got that, right? And then, listen, it's okay for you to want extra. It's okay for you to want extra. I want extra. A little bit don't fit. You know, there's a song like that. A little bit don't fit. World won't know how I got like this. I need extra. I want the extra. Give me some extra guac. I want some extra dressing. Yep, I do. I deserve extra. Somebody put in the timeline, I deserve extra. I deserve extra. And then I want you to see yourself as beautifully exquisite. See yourself as beautifully exquisite. You are an exquisite specimen of a human, of a woman, of a guy, if I got fearless guys watching. And so you got to see yourself as beautifully exquisite. And of course, you know I'm going to end with this one. You are not average. No, this is not my end. You're not average. You are extraordinary. So you deserve to be better than ordinary. You are extraordinary. You are. Here is where I end. You know I'm going to end with this one. I want you to be intentional, and I want you to enjoy the journey. Intentional winning, and while you're winning intentionally, you should be enjoying the journey. So thank you all so much for letting me kind of have a little extra time tonight, because I hadn't been on with y'all in a while. So thanks for giving me a little extra time tonight for our nugget. But listen, I definitely want to get you to save the date. Save the date, save the date, save the date. We are going to Bogota, people. We are going to Bogota. Birthdays are special. And this is going to be my 55th birthday. Now, many of you know in 2020, what I did is, 2022? 3. I don't remember. 2022, I think it was. I made a switch where in July, I started doing a birthday pajama party. And we are still going to have the birthday pajama party, but we're going to do it in Bogota. But we're going to do the sneaker ball first. So we can't go to Bogota and just have our regular pajama party. We got to do it. I said I want extra. A little bit don't fit. So we got to do a little extra. We got to do a lot extra because we're going to Bogota, Colombia. And I want you to save the date, and I want you to be on board with going. And listen, the sneaker gala is going to be on Friday, July the 19th. And then, ladies, we are still going to have our pajama party on Sunday, July the 21st. And so I want you to take advantage of the early registration. I want you to take advantage of it because I don't want you to miss an opportunity. So listen, you see a QR code that just popped up. That QR code will take you to the registration. And I want you to register. I want you to register as soon as possible because you are getting an early registration fee right now. And I want you to take advantage of the early registration fee. And get this, the registration fee is going to cover not just the gala, but it's going to cover the pajama party too. So you're getting a super, super deal on this early registration fee. And so I'm telling you, you are not going to want to miss this. It is going to be one of the most epic times. Get your passport, get yourself ready, but I want you to meet me in Bogota. And so you can hit the scan so that you can get that. You can go ahead and register right there. That's an easy breezy way for you to do it. Of course, you know, you can go to wearefearlessgirls.com and you can register there. And guess what? You can bring your husband, and your husband can attend the sneaker gala. So the sneaker gala is for everybody because it is going to be my birthday celebration. I turned 55 this year. And so since I'm going to be the speed limit, you know, back in the day, the speed limit was 55. But since I'm doing that speed limit birthday, I want you to meet me in Bogota, Colombia. Why Bogota, Colombia? Okay, well, let me tell you, and then I'm going to jump off. The reason we're going to Bogota, Colombia is because I love to travel. And out of the 7 continents, I have been to all but 2. And so South America and Antarctica were the 2 that I had not been to. And so we were not going to Antarctica in July. And so I don't know when is the right time to go to Antarctica because I have not even studied it that much and researched it just yet. But I can tell you that we're going to have a great time in Bogota, and be on the lookout. The link for the hotel. Don't register for your hotel yet because my team has been working feverishly with the hotel in Bogota to get us some good deals on the hotel rates. And so that's going to come out soon, but I want you to do your registration now. You could do your registration and you can get your flights and do it, because the earlier you do it, the better. But I'm just so excited about it, and I know we're going to have an amazing time. And I just say thank you so much for being a part of it, and thank you so much for celebrating. Now listen, if I am your fearless girls leader and you love me and you would celebrate my birthday, I'm asking you to do something that's a win-win for us. It's a win because I get to celebrate and have a great time with those I love for my birthday, but it's going to allow you to see a different part of the world as well. So it's a win-win for us. So I want you to meet me in Bogota, and I want you and your husband or you and your boo thing, whoever, y'all know y'all hang out, but I want you to come and have a great time, and I'm working on some special things for it, and you know we're going to do it big. Now y'all know, as I always say, girls with dreams, they become women with vision. I'll see you next time. Grace and peace. Bye.